I've been teasing a steampunk episode on the channel for a while now, something I know a lot of you are excited for, and when I did a community post the other week, you guys wanted My Hero Academia steampunk characters. So, let's delve into something new. Let's bring these illustrations to life. Shoto Todoroki is the second heir to one of the most prestigious hero families in New Musutafu, a place the heroes in Japan often train at the exceptional and renowned UA Academy. Shoto was the second child to one of the top heroes of the land, a Mr. Enji Todoroki, Endeavor as he is known to many, a hero specializing in manipulating flames to do what can best be described as a truly devastating effect in order to maintain the peace and stop those vile ingrates who will cause harm, or worse yet, even death to the fine people of the city. Shoto's mother, a rather promising hero adept in the opposite element, ice, manipulating the other extreme of the temperature, also to a devastating effect, I might add. Through this union, several children were born. The first, a child skilled in using fire. His father, however, filled with dismay and disappointment, as this would-be heir became burned from the fire's heat. For you see, the child would often utilize the fire at temperature too hot for an inexperienced person to handle. In terms of his comprehension of temperatures that are cooler in person, these were lacking to a rather serious degree. This led to Enji Todoroki having a second child. The lingering emotions of failure wrapped his soul, leading to a much harsher regimen of training in both aspects of temperature, flames and ice, until the knowledge was drilled into every fibre of Shoto's being. As one can imagine, Shoto resented his father. After these events, and despite his genius-level knowledge of both flame and ice, he vowed to never use his talents with a flame. In rebellion to his father's pride in the subject, there was one incident that left Shoto with a scar over part of his face, a burn to be precise. Shoto wore this without any shame, and refused to cover it up when not in his heroic attire, seeing the disfiguration to his face as a reminder, spurring him on in defiance of his father. His hero outfit was a set of tanks worn upon his back, a strange set of mechanical monocles over one eye, and pipes, perhaps tubing, would be a more apt description. A pair of twin tanks strapped to his back, the tubing connected to these, containing a special fluid, one of this gentleman's concoctions, a wondrous substance that one can stimulate with a mild current, either causing this concoction to become as cold as the harshest winter, or if so required, as hot as the flames of hell, as rumour would have. As one might expect, it is a given that these almost inconceivable forms of attack would in turn have one main weakness, and unless he can conquer his own inner demons, a main flaw in his overwhelming abilities, leading to the cooler temperatures used to immobilize opponents starting to freeze and damage his equipment. If indeed he has such mastery over fire as he does ice, the use of such methods would solve the issue of freezing, or on the reverse, overheating. Once achieved, his power and skills would be a force to be reckoned with, perhaps surpassing his father in terms of skill and ability, albeit depending on reconciling with the issues stemming from his upbringing. Continuing with those who carry the hopes of our era, the young gentlemen and women who are gifted and skilled. Despite what many think, there's a fine line between genius and insanity. As with most, who are filled with a burning desire and passion, they can be overbearing to those around them. The gentleman in question is no exception, a rather energetic individual, who some might say borders the insane. The young man in question is Katsuki Bakugo, a rather skilled expert in the use of explosions, often in the use of dynamite or TNT, a rather catchy name. Despite using such an unpredictable and chaotic tool, it seems that Bakugo is able to implement the explosions to perform a dazzling display of mid-air movements. Movements as unpredictable as the range and damage of an explosion from TNT being thrown all over the place. The personality of this explosive expert is just as volatile as the methods used in capturing his foes, best described as a rather heated individual who prefers to take action, often more excessive than needed. It is, however, hard to argue with results, and it seems that no matter how much TNT is used, there is a near endless supply of explosive materials or gadgets on his person. It's a wonder he hasn't blown himself up. There must be some secret to this, however the mind baffles when trying to comprehend the method used. Even the most intensive heat or flame has failed to cause an explosion while wearing his gear. It's almost as if he has some divine hold over the flames, nay, the explosions himself. Divine, perhaps, is a lacking in its descriptiveness. A more adept word would be demonic. Bakugo can be observed with what one could say is a demonic expression on his face as the explosions happen, reveling in the chaos and destruction ensuing. A miracle are the only words that the mind brings forth when considering that despite all the havoc, chaos and mayhem brought on by this hero, for lack of a better word as one eludes me at present, a miracle indeed, as no bystanders or innocents have ever fallen prey to any explosions set off by his hands. An unconventional hero, one can say, but his heart is in the right place. Speaking of heart in the right place, Bakugo seems to have a rivalry with another student, a hero in training that is said to have been mocked and persecuted by Bakugo during the younger years for having no skills yet, always offering to help Bakugo at times, causing humiliation to his already volatile mind. Izuku Midoriya is a rather unique fellow, one who has appeared out of nowhere but boasts a hidden or genius level of skill. It is unknown what caused such a change in a moment where skills flourished and bloomed, creating an inspiring and promising hero that can rival the top hero. Now that I think about it, similarities are present in the talents of both individuals, a matter for another time I feel. Izuku has adopted the hero name of Deku, and is often referred to by this alias, showing the strength of character needed to rise in the hero ranks, perhaps one day achieving what so many desire. Deku's skills are like an unpolished diamond, possessing a vast potential of his talents, but they are unrefined, leading to a most unfortunate outcome. More often than not, his attacks are far too powerful for his body to withstand, causing injury. One factor in his favour, a rather fast healing ability, the course of which is unknown, sturdier than he looks at least. Over time he has improved in this regard. It's able to regulate the output of his attacks, both punches and kicks, to maximise what one can do when using a power beyond one's capabilities. Another talent of this individual is his mind. It is said that obsession is the driving force behind true greatness, albeit an obsession to improve, protect, whichever side of good or evil the motives are. It is an obsession with heroes, villains as well, that has caused such a rapid growth in a short amount of time. As is often said, time is of the essence. In this case, a hurried approach is needed. However, caution is heeded, as too rapid a growth can lead to disastrous effect. All that can be done in this case is to let time reveal if the outcome for this is for best or for worse. Deku focuses more on the use of powerful leg attacks, preferring kicks over punches, using a makeshift apparatus to increase the power he can produce. It appears to be steam-powered with only 2 pistons on each leg, a truly marvellous contraption that baffles the mind of inventors, engineers and heroes alike. One day in the future, perhaps this young gentleman shall share the secret of these contraptions, allowing for a change that will benefit mankind, leaping forward to new heights. I am interested to see what the future for this potential hero entails. I love how the artwork came out today, and I have to admit, if I'm completely honest, it was a subject I wasn't quite familiar with beforehand, and I did struggle a bit with the designs for this one. I did also try to change the language to sound a bit more old-fashioned in a way, and hopefully I pulled that off. But enough about me, on to all of you. What did you think of today's episode? Did you enjoy it? Would you like to see a part 2? Which was your favourite character? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe in part 2 should we have a mixture of heroes and villains? If you like this and you're a fan of My Hero Academia, then why not check out some of the other content on the channel. We've got turning My Hero Academia characters into dragons. We've got a series called My Magical Academia, where we take some of the characters and we put them in the world of mages and wizards. Anyway, stay safe everybody. Catch you next time.